If you're an entrepreneur looking to become a small business owner, one of the first things you're going to have to decide on is how to structure your company. Business structure options include a sole proprietorship, general partnership, limited liability companies, and corporation. A corporation is a business recognized by the state as a legal entity separate from its owners, also known as shareholders. A corporation can be owned by individuals or other entities, and ownership is easily transferable via the buying and selling of stock. Since a corporation is its own legal entity, it can enter litigation on its own, protecting its owner from personal liability in the event of legal action. A corporation is a separate legal entity from its owners, offering liability protection for each owner's personal assets. According to Shannon Almes, attorney at Feldman and Feldman, corporation can generally conduct any lawful business as well as the action necessary to conduct the business, like entering into contracts, owning assets, borrowing money, hiring employees, suing, and being sued. Corporations are generally governed by a board of directors elected by the shareholders. According to Shannon Almes, each shareholder typically gets one vote per share in electing the directors. The board of directors oversees the management of the daily operation of the corporation and often do so by hiring a management team. Each owner of the corporation generally owns a percentage of the company based on the number of shares they hold. Since corporation shares are easy to buy or sell, ownership of a corporation is easily transferable. This is especially helpful for business continuity and longevity. Before creating a corporation, consider what you hope to gain from establishing this separate entity. The biggest advantage of having a corporation are, as with some other types of businesses, corporations provide liability protection for its owners who are called shareholders. Companies hoping to raise money from investors will have an easier time as a corporation, which can sell ownership shares. Corporate profits are taxed but at a lower rate than the personal income tax rate individuals pay. Potential employees may find working for a corporation with the prospect of ownership benefits to be more appealing than working for a privately held company. The corporation can offer a medical reimbursement plan, deducting the cost of providing insurance to employees while allowing employees to use the benefits tax-free. While corporation can certainly shield owners from liability, the downsides are sizable and very costly. Corporations are complex and expensive to set up. Once established, corporations spend significant sums of money to stay on top of changing business regulation and timely filing of paperwork. They are best for large organizations with many employees. Corporations pay federal, state, and sometimes local taxes on profits, unlike LLCs. The corporation pay taxes on dividends paid to shareholders, who then pay taxes on that income themselves. A corporation, sometimes called a C group, is a legal entity that separates from its owners. Corporation can make a profit, be taxed, and can be held legally liable. Corporation offer the strongest protection to its owner from personal liability, but the cost to form a corporation is higher than other structures. Corporate ownership is one of the three broad categories of legal ownership of a business, the other two being sole proprietorship and partnership. In a sole proprietorship, the owner is personally liable for his or her business debts and losses. There is no distinction made between personal and business income, and the business terminates upon the death of the owner, unless some specific arrangement is made for someone to inherit the business. A partnership is merely joint ownership, and hence, in terms of personal liability, it is similar in every way to a sole proprietorship. Both categories of business ownership are simple arrangements that can be entered into and dissolved easily without even a written contract, sometimes merely by shaking hands. Corporate ownership, on the other hand, is much more complex because it involves the creation of a legal identity separate from those of its owner. While an individual may own all the shares of a corporation, he or she is not personally responsible for it. That is, because of a corporation, strictly defined, a legal entity that is immortal, does not terminate upon the owner's death, which can enter into and dissolve contracts, incur debts, sue or be sued, own property, and sell it as any individual may do.